hopefully there will be an end, and sport will get back, and we want to come back in better shape than when we left it. So, and then since then, we've been sending things to the players again, more so in units, so forwards and backs, just to keep them again, keep the grey matter ticking over. And obviously they're doing their training as and when they can. The only impression I get when I communicate, either through the playing group or whatever, is that everyone's just rolling the sleeves up and just trying to deal with what's in front of them. Everyone's very aware of the bigger picture and the responsibility that we all have to look after everyone in the community. So that's the primary focus, really. Obviously, from our point of view, something is better than nothing. We want to try and get back as soon as we can, but equally, I don't think anyone's wanted to rush that process. I think we're all very aware of the seriousness of the situation in society. So I don't think anyone from Leinster's perspective or my perspective trying to rush this process. We do what's right for society, not what's right for sport. My relationship with the players has been on a sort of global scale to a certain extent, more bigger picture, more here are some things that for you to think about, here's some things we've learned, here's some things we can do better. Obviously there's been individuals I've caught up with as well, but I'm mindful also of players having to manage their own personal situations as well, whether it be family, elderly parents, whatever. The last thing you want to do is to overplay your hand as a coach in this window, I think. And I think we just need to hit the balance. And I think we've hit that nicely so far. Kept in contact, kept the channels of communication open, tried to keep them ticking over, but at the same time respect that there's a lot of other things going on in the world at the moment that's more important than rugby. Where players prefer it is if there's an element of structure to training in a week. Now, when I call structure, I don't mean we're all training together, because clearly you can't. But you can design programs whereby you say, right, on Monday we're going to do this, on Wednesday we're going to do this, Friday we'll do that. And I think that sort of knowledge that you're all doing it together, even though you're actually doing it individually, definitely helps. And I know, obviously I get that it gets through WhatsApp. These are the programs. This is what you try and follow. My son's 18. He's a rugby player, and he much prefers that as a way of planning his day and his week. Because if not, then otherwise, you rely on your own self-discipline and your own self-organisation. But if everyone's doing it, then I think the more you can do that team stuff together, even though it's virtual, the better outcome you'll get. Funnily enough, I haven't actually done this, but I did this a while ago. I did manage to find a game that I played in 1997 on a VHS video. This is slightly inside. And I always wondered to myself, who the hell was coaching us defence at that point? But anyway, the game's clearly moved on from when I finished. And I wouldn't be watching games back for nostalgia, but I will definitely be watching games. I've watched a load of games, some of which I've replayed. One of the things I've done, which I've really enjoyed actually, just when you mentioned the GA coaches, is I've done quite a few coach development things online. So, you say, what am I doing in this window? So remote coaching is something I think that I've really enjoyed doing. It's forced me to go back and gather clips together and give examples. So I did an attack session to all the AIL coaches in Ireland. I did a defence session to all the AIL coaches in Ireland. So this was like 60, 70, 80 coaches. I did a coaching call for the GA coaches. I think there were 1,000 coaches on that, which is amazing. And obviously, I don't understand the sport of hurling or football as well, but the invasion type sports, because I was a PE teacher, and the principles of coaching. So it's made me have to go back and reflect on all these principles that I was taught as a teacher and try to relate them, obviously, to Gaelic football as an example. So that's how I've been spending a lot of my time. And there's a lot of games I wanted to watch. And I've been looking to get the wide view of the World Cup, particularly the quarterfinals, semi-finals and finals. So that's been a big part for me. Having a look at those. And ultimately what I wanted to do is analyse them, and then I'll feed them back to our playing group at the right time to explain why things turned out the way they did, and try and explain, England beating New Zealand but then losing against South Africa, why, etc., etc.